Aloha! Welcome to another edition of Alderbrook Healing Channel. Today I'd like to introduce you to a new and becoming good friend of mine, Sayward Ayre. Not only does she hold a PhD, but she is got a degree as a naturopathic physician. Welcome, Sayward.
Thank you, Tara.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're here.
I am too.
I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, well, I've been involved in healing and health with my own body ever since I was in my early 20s and had a serious case of hypoglycemia to where I actually, over a number of years, had 4 different grand mal seizures, which I no longer have anymore because I learned all about hypoglycemia and how to control it, and now I'm better. And then I had a ruptured disc in my L5 ruptured on me one time, and I had to learn all about posture and body balance and health that way. And other things have happened, plantar fasciitis, problems with vision, and over the years I've just been able to learn all about healing it myself, and then I finally got into massage therapy, and then from there I came to holding the juice fasting retreats.
Beautiful. All right, so you're really motivated for your own self-healing.
Originally, and that's often how it happens with a lot of people.
That's true.
The things that they get into.
That's how it happened for me.
I know.
All right, great. So now you are taking the expertise and you're sharing it with other people in the world.
Yes, I've been doing it for the last almost 9 years now, and I've been helping a lot of people. I should say they're helping themselves, and I am just a facilitator. I show them the way. I have libraries of books that they can read while they're at a retreat, and they learn all about it. I give them some health talks every day, twice a day, and they get their alkalizing organic juices to drink off and on all day long. And between that and hot soaks and massages and learning what they're doing to reconstruct basically their energy levels in their body through pH balance, they make incredible turnarounds in not too long.
All right, sounds amazing. So I know there's a lot of different retreats that people can check into across the country and across the world. I'm wondering, Sayward, what differentiates your retreats from others?
Well, I haven't been to all the others yet, so I can't say, exclusively on all the others, but some of the ones that I do know of that are being held in this country, there's a lot of faddism that is being utilized in some of these retreats, and sometimes the people who are running them don't really have a terribly good in-depth knowledge of what they're doing before they do it, and it's a little bit like the blind leading the blind in some, and yet they can have these incredible websites that make them look so splashy and wonderful. To give you an idea, at one place that I used to work at in California, people, and it's a pretty well-known place, I'm not going to name drop, but people would go there from the Hollywood area, and they would be getting, besides their absolutely atrocious canned juices, they would be getting coffee scrubs and sugar scrubs. Now, anytime a person is having a retreat, their blood sugar levels, you have to be careful with that, because there are a lot of people who are borderline hypoglycemic and don't know it, or maybe they do know it, but they don't really know what to do about it. And anytime you put coffee grounds on your skin and scrub them in, or sugar scrubs on your skin during any kind of a massage, that's going directly through your skin and into your bloodstream. And you don't want to do that if you're borderline hypoglycemic, and you certainly don't want to do it when you're on a fast.
That makes so much sense, and I've never actually considered that myself. Of course.
So my retreats are fashioned after the naturopathic doctors of old who used to hold them in Europe and in Brazil. And these people worked for years at the late 1800s and early 1900s, holding juice fasting retreats at large facilities that would hold hundreds of people. And it's very normal. Europeans they do this regularly, And the Brazilians did too during those years. And people would be on fast for 30 days or even more. I've read accountings of stories of people who were on fast for 6 months and could go out and run a marathon and had tons of energy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have a lot of these books, and a lot of this information is available in my health library at my juice fasting retreats, so people can do their own studying on it. But basically, my retreats follow the basic premise of what their retreats followed, which is internal cleansing, which you do, the colon cleansing, and it's pH balance, and it's keeping the hypoglycemic levels neutral.
Okay. Wow, that sounds amazing. So tell me, what would a typical retreat look like? What could an attendant expect to experience at one of your retreats?
Good question. Basically, we meet in the morning for a walk. It's a very good thing to get out and get the blood pumping, get the heart moving, and wake up the system, get some fresh air in, oxygenate. And then after that, we come back and they have their first juice, and it's a secret. Everybody loves it, so you have to come and find out.
All right, great. It sounds enticing.
And then we have a health talk after that, and then they have either massage, or they can do a soak, or they can do yoga, or there's a lot of different things available for them to do. And then at noon we have another juice, at 3 o'clock we have another, and all these various activities are available throughout the day. When we get to the 6 o'clock dinner broth, and there's a reason for a broth, which a lot of places have copied mine and now do a broth instead of a green drink at dinner.
Okay.
And I don't know if they know why, but I know why. So
tell us why.
Well, actually, that part is a copying from China.
Oh.
And they know, the Chinese.
Ancient Chinese secret wisdom.
Yes. I impart some of that to the group as well.
Excellent.
So after the dinner broth, then they have a health talk. And then they're free for the rest of the evening. So the days are really full. People, before they come, they think that it sounds like they're going to be bored. And, after a few days, they realize, my goodness, there's more to do than they can keep up with. And then I've had people who actually have come and they were so exhausted from their life before they got to my retreat that they just slept almost the entire time they were at the retreat.
Wow.
And then what I would do is I would just go and knock on their door when the juice was ready, hand them their juice, and they would take it and thank me, and then go back to sleep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it sounds like with some of the activities that you're describing can happen during the retreat, some of them are optional.
Oh, they're all optional.
They're all optional, other than you're providing the nutrition.
And they don't have to do that either.
Oh, really?
They don't have to do that either.
Okay.
People who have done retreats before, juice fasting retreats before, and some of the people actually quite a few people who have come to my retreat have done juice fasting retreats before. And once you've done one, your body can really mesh right in with what you're doing when you start to do it again. So it knows that, yes, we're going to shut down the the digestive tract, and then that's going to get cleaned out, which is your profession.
My specialty.
Yes, that's right. You're very good at it too. So we're going to shut that down, and now we're going to switch over and we're going to start cleaning house inside. And so there's a lot of people whose bodies make that switch naturally and very quickly. They've already done it. And once the body's done it once, it remembers how. Yeah. And it can move into that whole cleaning house activity much more rapidly. Now, so for those people, they don't even need all that much juice. Some of them don't. So they can, just have half a glass, or they can go on the Master Cleanse, which is lemon water, basically, with a little maple syrup. And
I'm familiar. It's a Dr. Stanley Burroughs.
Right. And I've had people come and they just drank, for the first day, they drank the regular juices just to help them transition into the cleansing period. And then for the rest of the whole retreat, they drank the Master's Cleanse.
Interesting.
So that's, it's totally up to and there's been a couple of occasions over the years where I've actually had to stop people from being on the cleanse around Wednesday. One of them was losing way too much weight, and she had already lost like 9.5 pounds by Wednesday. So that Sunday afternoon, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, she weighed herself. That's way too fast a loss. So when I talked with her, because I have a health consultation with each person, and they have to fill out they have to answer questions before they come about what they've been doing and where they're at already in their health. And she hadn't quite told me everything. And so now she did tell me everything when I asked her. And it turns out she had already been fasting on blueberries for 2.5 weeks before she came.
Wow.
And her system was a little out of whack. And she had a colon problem too. So between it all, I said, you're losing weight way too fast. We need to bring you back onto food gently. And I had to do that with another person too at one time for a different reason. But generally everybody's able to make it the 5 or 6 days with no problem. And it can go longer. We can do a 7-day or a 10-day or 2-week. It depends on
the individual needs.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds to me like you are closely monitoring not only their progress, but
I watch them like a hawk.
All right. Very good. And you're doing a thorough health screening
and
prior.
They have to in the morning. They take a number of different, blood pressure, heart rate, weigh themselves, and we do all these different tests every morning before they, it makes a big difference. You have to do them right as you awake and before you go and do much.
Sure.
And so they know that, and they take those, and they keep a record of it. And then I keep a track of how it's going with them, and I monitor them. And
Excellent.
I'm always asking for feedback, how you doing, how you feeling.
Excellent.
And
So you have a very specific protocol that gets followed, and you're monitoring very closely.
Right.
Excellent. All right. So how many people typically are going to attend one of your retreats?
They're relatively small because I have to watch them all very closely. And so we usually do anywhere between 5 and 10 people around there. Now, if I was going to hold a bigger one, and I most certainly can hold larger ones, then I would get more people like you, and we would all work together to be watching them.
Great.
So that we, had some real good insight into what was going on with everybody.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Another question is, what kind of results could one expect from experiencing a retreat like you're describing today?
Well, there's a number of results, and of course it does depend partially on where you're starting from.
Of course.
So,
and maybe their health history.
That's exactly
and
right.
then, of course, their health goals.
Right. And I always, that we primarily establish that at the beginning. What are your health goals for this? But basically, just basic things that you can expect. You should feel lighter. You will lose weight, but the lightness that you feel won't only be a poundage issue. It will also, there'll be a lightness, energetic and
emotional,
energetic.
Spiritual.
Yes. There are, your vision improves, your sense of smell improves, your taste improves, your hearing sometimes improves. All these senses that require so much energy to use, once your body has been cleaned out more and your whole system is running much more efficiently, the energy it takes less energy then to override all the toxins that are in your system. Some of the things that have happened, blood pressure can improve greatly. I've had people come that had blood pressure that was off the charts, and by day 4 it was down to normal. So,
excellent.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised with that myself. And then I've had people come who, and you mentioned that you've had this too with the people that you work with. I've had people come who had severe cases of psoriasis. And of course now that is a big problem, and it takes a lot, that didn't just happen overnight, and it's not going to heal in 6 days. But you can get a good start on it, and when they learn what it is that they need to do to keep doing. I've had one woman who had full body psoriasis all over her, and a month later I saw her after the retreat, and it had started to pale a little bit. It wasn't as bright and as angry, and she told me that 8 months after the retreat it was completely gone. Now she had been seeing a naturopathic doctor down in Newport Beach for 2 years before she came to my retreat.
Wow.
And all she'd been given was just jar after jar, and she had 2 boxes full of supplements. Yeah,
very common.
Yes.
Wow. So just 1 month following Sayward's protocol.
And it had started to calm at that point.
Excellent.
And then within 8 months of the date of ending the retreat, it was gone completely.
Amazing. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So just out of curiosity, because I do have a handful of clients that are dealing with chronic pain issues, is this the kind of thing that can help people manage their pain, or maybe even go beyond managing it and actually discover they can live without pain?
It depends on the origin of the pain,
Okay.
but I do believe that in most cases it can help, definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Probably by reducing inflammation,
Reducing
increasing
inflammation
circulation.
for sure.
Fabulous.
And then once the inflammation is reduced, the body has a chance to then heal that area.
Heal itself. I love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So, where do you commonly offer these retreats?
Well, for the last 8.5 years, I've been holding them mainly in the Palm Springs area during the winter, from like October.
Southern California.
Yeah, winter in the summer. And, for about 7 or 8 months of the year, I hold them there from October around to May. But I have held them in Mexico, and I've held them in Washington State, and I've held one here in Oregon. And now...
Drum roll.
Yes. Now we're planning on holding some of these together.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to
I am
it.
too. I am too. I think we're going to have a lot of fun
And
help
so
a lot of people.
We are here in Eugene, Oregon. Beautiful Eugene, Oregon. I also hold a healing retreat in Kailua Kona, Hawaii. And so I hope I get the honor of having Sayward join me.
You should do it in Hawaii, maybe.
Yes.
Come join us.
So finally, Sayward, tell us, how can we contact you? How would one go about signing up for one of your retreats?
Okay. Well, my website is at juicefastforhealth.com. Just like it sounds, all strung together, juicefastforhealth.com. Or you can phone me if you want. Should I give you my phone number? Okay, 206-445-3320.
Beautiful. And I am going to be providing a link so that you can contact Sayward Ayre via my website, which of course is alderbrook.com. There is an E at the end of the brook because it is a family name. So please find her via that link or contact her directly. Thank you again so very much. This is valuable information, and it sounds like the benefits that people can attain from working with you are innumerable. So
and with you too, because the work you do is very good.
Thank you. And thanks to all of you for joining us again today at the Alderbrook Healing Channel. May all the blessings be. Aloha.
Aloha.